So if nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, according to this poll, not according to me, according to this poll, that's a hate group. That's a hate group. And I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people. Just get the away. Wherever you have to go, just get away. Because there's no fixing this. This can't be fixed. Right? This can't be fixed. You just have to escape. So that's what I did. I went to a neighborhood where, I have a very low black population. Because unfortunately, there's a high correlation between the density. And this is according to Don Lemon, by the way. So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon when he notes that when he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods. So even Don Lemon sees a big difference in your own quality of living based on where you live and who's there. So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore. It doesn't make sense. It's no longer a rational impulse. And so I'm gonna back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off. Like I've been doing it all my life, and the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome. It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. It's over. Don't even think it's worth trying. Totally not trying. And there we go. You didn't expect that today, did you? But those who don't want to focus on education, you just need to get away from them. Just get as much distance as you can.
I'm directing this to a select group of people who have made it known over the past 4 years that they don't want to be around white people. If you saw that and you got mad at that on Twitter, on Instagram, you were saying this person needs to be fired, boycotted, he doesn't need to be in the place of business anymore. Why are you mad? You, for the better part of 4 years, have been saying you don't like white people. You have been saying white is violence. You have been saying all these derogatory things to the point where you even have white people saying it about themselves and other white people.
Controversial opinion, but if you have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them. Ask for explicit permission from everyone, because just because you're comfortable with them doesn't mean that everybody's comfortable with them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day. That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person. Don't give them that card to use against other people. Please don't do that.
I understand that people want to, play the victim and be like, it's really hard to be white. It's super hard. It's super hard. People are racist towards us too. What does that mean? Okay, a person of color said they didn't like you because you were white. Okay, that's not racism. And as much as people want to say that racism isn't always systematic, it kind of is though. Especially in this country, because racism towards people of color has actually prevented them from moving forward. You know why? You know why you can't be racist towards white people? It's because we have generational wealth. People can hate me all day long for being white, And it can totally bother you if people don't like you because you're white. That's okay. But you can't say that's racism because you've never been held back in your life because you are white. And from your photo, I can see that you're probably a woman. If you've ever been held back in your life in any way, it's because you're a woman, not because you are white. Okay? We have never been denied loans, denied housing, denied a job, denied basic human rights because of the color of our skin. And let's be fucking real. If there is a person of color in front of me being like, yo, I fucking hate you because you're white, They don't actually hate me because I'm white. They hate the history of this fucking country, and they hate the privilege that comes with the color of my skin and how I don't have to work as hard as they do. And I feel like that's fucking valid. And if you don't, I don't give a fuck.
Hey, white ladies, denying racism in your own self is violence. You hurt the entire cause by denying that you ever had a racist thought. I don't think that way. I wasn't raised that way. That's not how I feel. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You don't have to wear a hood and you don't have to tote around a fucking Confederate flag to know that there is shit inside of your brain that you need to fix, or else you're still just perpetuating the problems of society. But I get called a white savior because I can admit the shit that I do. Meanwhile, there's women running around thinking that they've never, ever done anything in their life that could possibly even teeter on the edge of racism. Good luck with that delusion. I hope someday you realize that that's not the case, and you can put aside your white fragility and your angelic behavior and realize that you still have work to do, and until the day you die, you're gonna have work to do, and unpacking your own bullshit, not just stitching other people, not just duetting with other creators and calling them out. It's in here too. It's in here too, girls. So put away your halo. Start playing catch with your demons. It's the only way we're going to dispel them, okay?
Think like you should actually stay the hell away from black people. You'd actually be doing us a favor because, to your point, Claudia, nothing good has ever come to anybody who has melanated skin when they've come into the company of white people.
Okay, if that's the case, go send your ass to Africa, right? Go to Africa. I'm just saying, if you really feel that way, nothing good has ever come from a black person being around a white person. Go to Africa, buddy.
So when you see a guy hearing all these things, seeing what you do, seeing how you talk about other people who aren't black or POCs, and they say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I don't want to be around black people anymore. And white people shouldn't want to be around black people anymore either. You get what you get. Violence meets violence. Negativity meets negativity. And the more you think going around saying all these derogatory things will make people sit down and say, hey, let's all work together, it's just going to make more people hate you. It's not just black people. It's the gays, the lesbians, the trans, all these people who spew derogatory things and then somehow expect people to turn around and like them and hold conversation. You're the dumbest people on the planet because you're expecting an outcome you're never gonna get. It's not gonna be helpful. It's only gonna be hostile. You're gonna have more people who are prominent figures, whether it be in newspaper, comic strips, comic books, industry heads. They're gonna start saying things like this more and more the more they see you being hostile towards them, whether it be based on their craft or based on their skin color. I'm not surprised by it. I'm not mad at it because I've seen evidence of black people saying the exact same, if not worse things about white people. So at the end of the day, nobody is really supposed to get mad because this is the predicted outcome when you have a bunch of people spewing hatred towards other people. You can tell me about history and the only thing I can respond with is if you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see y'all in the next one. I would say in the mind's eye that I would hope that people would learn, but at the end of the day, y'all ain't gonna fucking learn.